people haven't.
Hello and welcome to BusyBee TV. I'm your host Lucas Weekly, and this week I'm going to be showing you how to update your KK2 board. First, I'm going to show you how to install the new firmware. Then I'm going to be going over the more important changes that happened in this update. And then I'm going to be taking the tricopter outside and comparing the flight characteristics between the two updates. So let's get started. So when you go to order your KK2 board, you're also going to want to purchase this USB programmer. Now this will program any KK board, and including the KK2 board. It'll also program any ESC, so that's great for multicopters. And it's only $5, so it's really cheap. The next link that you're going to want to go to is the KK Multicopter Flash tool. All these links are available in the description in the order that I'm going over them. Scroll down to the version 0.63. This is the new update that has the KK2 board firmware in it. Now this entire tutorial is going to be done on a Mac, so if you're on Windows, I don't really know what to tell you anyways. You're going to want to download and install that. I already have that done, so we're going to go over here, open up the Flash tool. Now we're going to go through all these drop down menus. You have the USB ASP programmer. Obviously it's going to be on a USB port. You're going to find the Hobby King KK2 board as the board that you're going to be programming. All the firmwares, this is going to be the KK2, and then you're going to choose the latest version, which is the version 1.2. And then once you have the board plugged in with your programmer like so, you're going to come over here and click this button. Once you do that, it'll download and install the firmware into the KK2 board. I don't have mine plugged in right now, and then you'll be done. So really quick and easy. Now that we have the new firmware installed, let's see why this update is so important. The first update that I found useful was the removal of the eye gain in the self-leveling settings. Any of you that have flown with the KK2 board before will know that if you put any value in these two spots, that the multicopter will go completely insane. Just like that.
That's not me.
In place of the eye gain is now the ACC trim. When you go to calibrate the sensors, no matter how hard you try to perfectly level the board, it will always be slightly off. The ACC trim allows you to dial in the sensors perfectly so you have a nice level flight. The next change is found in the miscellaneous settings. This is the servo filter. For tricopter pilots, this is an incredibly important new feature. In the previous version of the KK2 board, the software would send the PWM signal to the servo way too fast. This would cause the servo to jitter violently. These violent oscillations are very clear in the GoPro recording. This would pretty much make the tricopter useless for aerial video. The servo filter allows you to slow down the PWM signal frequencies so the servo in the back will not jitter nearly as much as it did before. A battery voltage meter is added to the safe screen, which is a very handy feature. Now when the KK2 board is armed, there is a short beep followed by a 2-second delay which will continue up until the throttle is brought above idle. You can hear the beeps in the background. This feature is just to notify you when the board is armed so that you can stay clear of the props. After 20 seconds of being armed and the throttle still being in idle, the board will auto disarm. This is obviously a very good safety feature, but if you don't like it, you can always turn it off in the mode settings menu. After 30 minutes of no activity in either the safe or armed mode, the board will set off the lost aircraft alarm. This will continue until the board stops receiving power or signal is regained. The changes that I have shown you are only a couple that have happened in the new update. There's a link in the description so you can see all the changes that happened to the KK2 board. Just knowing the changes in this update isn't enough for me. I want to see what they do in real life, so let's go fly. Remember, when you update the board, all the settings are lost, including the motor layout. The default setting for that is a quadcopter, and it doesn't seem to work very well with a tricopter. Once I got that sorted out, everything seemed to work just fine. The servo filter did exactly what it said it was going to, and now the servo in the back is rock solid. The tricopter seems to overall fly a lot better with the new update too. I haven't had a lot of time to mess with all the settings since it's been pouring rain all week. When I do get the chance to fully dial in my tricopter for FPV, I will put in all the settings in the description so you guys can have them. That's it for this episode. I hope it was helpful. If you like my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any more questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'm gonna keep flying. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.